Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, Air the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we will be discussing multiple stories out of Ohio because there is a new sheriff in town, baby. Seriously, though, I do have these little fake sheriff's badges from the Old West kind of thing. So, but yeah, so kind of brings to the point of today, actually, because we're talking about a lot of crime stories out of Ohio. Specifically, we're going to give updates to a bunch of different stuff. We got an update to the Akron ghetto gang shooting, which, of course, I keep calling it mass shooting, which it wasn't. Hood violence. It's been over 8 days now. They still haven't found anybody in that one. There's also now a bunch. They've upped the count again to injuries and stuff like that. Now it's 28 from 27. And originally it was 25. So that's number one. We got update to the murder of Julian Wood. You had that piece of shit Bianca Ellis in the courtroom today for the first time and showed exactly why her demonic ass needed to be murked the fuck out by the cops a week ago is what it is. And why she needs to be the first person in Ohio to get a fucking firing squad death penalty is what it is then. Anyway, so that's another one. We got obviously the main story of the day, which is you have the Cleveland City Hall being cyber attacked because Justin Bibb's a fucking idiot, and instead of being a good fucking mayor and stuff like that, and actually doing his job to harden his city and stuff like that against attacks like this, no, what does he fucking do? Be a bunch of diversity hire bullshit, and then pushes fucking gun control crap all the time is what it is. Yeah, we'll never admit it's the fucking black teens in his own fucking area that are committing a lot of this fucking crime across the state entirely is what it is there. And it might not even be teens at that point. It might be 10, 11, 12-year-olds for that matter, for all fucking know. So it'd be like preteens and shit too for that matter. Got another story we're going to talk about today, which I guess there's been multiple in the last week and a half now. Festival shut down because of quote-unquote violence and brawls, but yet they'll never say the actual race of the suspects because they know it would all be the same fucking piece of shit Sun teens. And even fucking Sun children for that matter in general. With their fucking extendo Glocks and shit like that, dude, is what it is. Which, first of all, you're already committing multiple fucking felonies because you're a juvenile in possession of a fucking firearm. That's why you're actually trying as a fucking adult at that point. Then we also got, what was the other story then? Oh yeah, that stupid bitch Cortez talking about ceasefires, which I'm not 100% sure if this is actual, like, legit video evidence or if it's like an AI generated thing. Neither would surprise me at this point. I kind of want verification if that actually is AOC's dumbass or if it's something somebody generated out of thin air, basically. Because, again, her being the first casting call congresswoman, neither would surprise me at all on this one, so it wouldn't surprise me if this is her actually saying this shit. It wouldn't surprise me if it was AI generated stuff just to make her look dumber than she actually is. But thing is, she's a fucking idiot, dude. She's a retard. She should have never been in Congress at all. She should have never been she should have never been able to run for fucking office in this country, honestly. For God's sakes. So, anyway. But yeah, this is Cortez talking about ceasefires.
Ceasefire means that somebody sees a fire. It could be any kind of fire. It could be a big fire or a small fire, a bonfire or even a candle flame. It just matters that somebody sees a fire. That's why we call it a ceasefire.
Seriously? My God. I think it is real, though, honestly, dude. And it just shows why her retarded ass doesn't need to be in office anymore, dude. Oh, my God. Which leads us to the main story of the day. And the fact that Bibb and the rest of the area of the rest of the leadership in Cleveland there are refusing to admit if anybody's data got hacked. It's because they fucking know everybody's data got hacked. And they won't tell them they're going to pay the ransomware because they're going to fucking pay the ransomware. The only reason they're not going to say it out loud is because then it would give the false impression that, hey, the people that are behind these cyber attacks can just do this shit again. They'll be paid off again because people can't fucking not do the shit as what it is there. Which makes sense because, again, what did we talk about fucking 4 months ago? What did I talk about fucking a day and a half to 2 days ago about the whole thing. You had Butler County Sheriff Richard Jones months ago, literally over 4 months ago, or at least 3.5 months ago, something like that anyway. It was sometime in February. Literally talking about hardening our infrastructure and why the state of Ohio needed to do more to do this shit because the cyber hacks are coming and we're going to come more. And of course, there you go. Now you had them both coming and coming more. Clip that shit. So, but no, seriously, dude. It's fucking retarded. You have people who want to push retardation bullshit in this country, and instead of actually doing their job as a good leader and actually making sure that you don't have like external threats like this happen, no, you have dumbasses like Justin Bibb pushing for fucking gun control and shit like that, dude. It's fucking retarded bullshit. I'm so sick and tired of all of it, dude. So, nah, we're gonna be all yeehaw and shit today. Nah, I don't know. No, it's not. It's kind of hard to do the Traz anyway. My Traz Montgomery accent. Actually, I guess that kind of, can I go? Yeah, Traz Montgomery. Yeah, I can kind of get there a little bit. But yeah, it's just so fucking ridiculous. I'll tell you what. There we got cyber incident shuts down Cleveland City Hall. So Cleveland City Hall will be closed Monday as the city investigates a cyber incident affecting some of the city's computer systems. All internal systems and software platforms will be shut down until further notice. The city said in the news released Sunday night, which that idiot Justin Bibb came out today with one of his like little press secretary people up there in Cleveland, whatever it was, and they were talking about how they're basically going to keep the city hall shut down for some amount of time right now, and if they can actually pull that off, it's going to be a whole situation there because what is happening is obviously this is a ransomware attack, and the issue there is that they are not actually doing their job to combat the cyber hackers because they don't actually have the people in place to combat these cyber hackers. And so what you end up with is a bunch of dumb motherfuckers who shouldn't be in office right now, being the worst diversity hires in this state, in this country, and are the ones that are definitely directly affected by this whole thing, but indirectly, they are affecting the rest of the people in their state because of this bullshit. So yeah, there is that. But anyway, obviously that one was an ad from Michael Ruley, who's trying to run for Congress here. He's the congressional district I currently live in. I don't know if he'll still be in the same congressional district or not when I move here. So anyway, said what right now? Yeah, it said all internal system software platforms will be shut down until further notice. City said in a news release Sunday night. City Hall and E-Review will be closed on Monday, except for essential staff and normal business will not be conducted to the public. It says new release says the nature and scope of the cyber incident remains unknown, but we are taking this incident seriously. Affected computer systems have been shut down during the investigation. City and emergency services, including the Department of Public Safety, 911, Fire, Police, and EMS, the Department of Port Control, which is Cleveland Hopkins and Burke Lakefront Airports. So I'm guessing that would be like possibly like flight stuff, I'm guessing, honestly. And the Department of Public Utilities, Water Pollution Control, and Cleveland Public Power have all been affected. The news release said all daytime 311 calls will be handled by after-hours operators, etc., etc. So yeah, okay. So what they're basically telling you is that the cops, the port authority people, basically, and the water control to literally make clean drinking water again are all affected by this bullshit. And yet you're telling me there's nothing to worry. Are you fucking kidding me, people? Goddamn. Like, how fucking retarded are you fucking cunts, man? Seriously. Like, you're going to sit here and honestly, for real, tell me that there is nothing to worry about when your police response is being affected in the situation. The ability to have clean drinking water, or any kind of drinking water for that matter, is affected in the situation, to where you could potentially have multiple terrorist attacks based on those two things alone right now, and nobody knows it's going to happen. And then on top of that, you got the Port Authority stuff. So our northern border right now with Canada is completely fucking wide open in this situation because of that stuff, potentially. God damn, this is a fucking fail across the board, people. Do you not see what is going on in this country right now? I mean, goddamn, man. Fuck. Oh, these fucking people, man. I'll tell you what. Bunch of fucking clown asses, dude. And then, of course, you got this one. Bond set at $5 million for Bianca Ellis, woman accused of killing 3-year-old Julian Wood and stabbing outside North Olmsted Giant Eagle last week. And as lived to TikTok, posted this earlier. This is the actual video taken from inside the courtroom here, where Bianca was not getting a bullet in the head from this sheriff's deputy back here, which she fucking should have been. Because, yeah, this bitch needs to be fucking murked out, man, for real. Like, this is the face of demonic evil, people. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are literally fighting evil in this nation.
Code section 2903.11A1 and or endangering children in violation of Ohio Revised Code section 2919.22B2. Count 4 alleges that on or about June 3rd, 2024, the defendant did knowingly cause serious physical harm to J.W. on date of birth 10/29/2020. Count 5 alleges that.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are literally fighting demonic evil here, people. Bianca Ellis is the definition of A black supremacist, and B, obviously someone who is demonically, evilly possessed and needs to be put the fuck down and sent back to hell where she fucking belongs. In the story. But yeah, as I said here, we said this was her dad, or Julian's dad, talking to this sick cunt, saying, do whatever you can to keep this monster behind bars. Bianca Ellis bonds at $5 million. So initially, after being arrested in Rocky River Municipal Court, Bianca Ellis's case was moved to Cuyahoga County, where it twice ground to a halt during her arraignment on Monday. First time Judge Nancy Russo, I don't know if that's in relation to Allison Russo, who is one of the state reps here, who is a piece of shit embezzler, refused to acknowledge the judge and answer questions. I'm guessing that was the first part of that, where Bianca was being a fucking cunt and being all like smirky and smiley and like, yeah, I totally killed this kid. And your ass needs to be fucking knifed to death in the fucking prison cell, bitch. I'll tell you what, I honestly, I'm going to say it like it is, bro. If I was in Julian's family's situation right now, I think I would definitely be finding a way to put some money on some people's commissary books inside of that Cuyahoga County jail right now to shank this bitch in the fucking showers. Seriously. Like, that needs to happen to Bianca Ellis, man. Like, how hard is it to find some white hate person in the prison system these days, dude? When they could just shank this fucking cunt. Anyway, yeah, I said first came to a halt when she refused to acknowledge and answer questions of the judge. Second video appeared before the judge. She said she didn't know if her indictment had been read to her. Fucking Christ, man. So Russo said, based on the indictment, this case has become a death penalty case. Yeah, and it should also be considered a hate crime, a death penalty hate crime case, people, seriously. So an attorney attempted to waive the right to arraignment, but the judge responded and said, this could be a capital murder case. I don't think that's appropriate. Says for Ellis's third attempt at arraignment, the court brought her downstairs to face the judge in person. Ellis refused to acknowledge her indictment and stated that she did not want to read it or have her attorney read it for her. What a fucking piece of garbage, dude. So when Russo asked if Ellis was going to plead not guilty at first, she giggled and said sigh instead of responding with yes or no. She eventually said yes. So before Russo set bail, Julian's father, Jared Wood, spoke on behalf of his family, said, Your Honor, this should be this day. A week ago, she took everything from us, Wood said. There is nothing that could ever replace our son or anything that my wife or I or even my older kids are going through. It's horrendous. Says Wood told the judge, do whatever you can to keep this monster behind bars. He asked the judge for no bail at all, which that's the thing I don't understand, right? Okay. you have judge discretion now in the state of Ohio where you can literally, because we actually passed a law here back in, it was November of 2022 during the midterm elections, where you can actually have somebody, because it was basically based on this one case where this guy was a repeat offender, obviously, and he was a menace to society, basically, is what it is there. And you had him originally have his bond set at like $1 million, and then it was all the way to the state Supreme Court about like, hey, should this dude's bond be higher than this or lower than this, whatever it is there, because it's like similar cases or whatever. And the thing was, you actually had the judge in that situation then do her job as a judge, or I'm sorry, the judges in the Supreme Court, they're trying to do their jobs as a judge is what it was there, but eventually it became a whole situation where it had to go to us as a bunch of people. And we overwhelmingly, it was like 67% of the population in the state right then that voted that election cycle were like, yeah, we need to have the ability for judges to set as high a bonds as they fucking need to for some of these cases, what it is there for the capital punishment, stuff like that, especially if it's like a repeat offender type person or a menace to society type person, whatever the case be, where they're definitely going to do something like this again if they ever get out, is what it is there. Which, that's what I don't understand in the Bianca Ellis case. She literally murdered a child in cold blood, a child of an opposite race, by the way. That is obviously a fucking hate crime. She also tried to kill that kid's mother in the situation as well. And I'm guessing the only reason that she was not able to kill Margot Wood as well as Julian was because of the fact that Margot had basically like being able to, reflex back and get hit in the shoulder instead of like the heart or whatever it was, probably would be my guess, was where Bianca was actually aiming initially is what it was there. So, but yeah, the entire point of the matter is that you have this sick piece of shit doing this thing. And I do agree with Julian's father. She needs to have no bond at all, dude. It is fucking ridiculous when you are literally having this woman facing multiple murder counts at this point, multiple attempted murder counts, etc. Yeah, we got, according to Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office, grand jury indicted Ellis on the following: 1 count of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, which I don't understand how it's a 2 count of murder. Like, shouldn't it be 1 count of murder, 1 count of attempted murder? Because you also got 2 counts of attempted murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of endangering children, 1 count of tampering with evidence, because she took the knife with her, I believe is what it is, from the crime scene, and then 1 count of misdemeanor theft, which would obviously be the misdemeanor theft. Then would obviously be her stealing the knives, which apparently it was not just 1 knife that she had actually stolen from that Volunteers from America last week. It was actually 2 knives that she took from that place. And I'm wondering, honestly, if she had the big ass one in her hand and the CCTV footage there is what it was, and then she had like another one like hidden someplace else. Maybe that's why it was she was able to stab the way she stabbed, or whatever the case be, because you had her with the one hand, like her dominant hand, probably stabbing Julian in the head and neck and stuff like that. And yet, meanwhile, she has her other hand, her offhand, stabbing at his mother, and that's probably why she got maybe stabbed in the shoulder and stuff like that. Because that would make sense to me, and it would also make sense why it was over in a 5-second thing is what it is there. Because, yeah, you think like obviously you have like fractions of a second things can happen and stuff like that, dude. But at the same time, like it's going to take your hands. If you're like stabbing at somebody like that or whatever the case be, like yeah, you can stab somebody pretty fast and stuff like that. But at the same time, you also have to take into account the fact that you have people who are legitimately in a situation where it's going to take you some time. If you're stabbing multiple people, obviously, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be like a couple seconds here to one person, and then you're going to like shift directions and start stabbing at somebody else. That's what it is. And that time alone will be a couple seconds to shift the thing is what it is. So yeah, there would be a lot more time than 5 seconds passing. And the fact that you then have it be a situation where she was able to, essentially stab 2 people at once, it makes more sense now, knowing that she probably stole, or knowing for a fact that she now stole multiple knives that day instead of just 1, which makes sense because if they show was like a bigger, like kitchen knife, I believe is what it was, or something like that. And the other one was probably like a smaller knife that she could easily conceal as well. And so my assumption would be is that she was in a situation there where she was basically tailing people, or basically stalking this family, obviously, and then was able to, fucking, like I said, like go like full, like just smacks on the people and stuff like that. That's what it is. Like just be like, kind of things like that, or whatever, for 5 seconds. And the thing is, if you're using a giant knife on a small child, like bro, you could easily have that, and it makes sense if they said head and neck or head and back and stuff like that, because it could have easily been her just like stabbing the fucking knife through the kid's body. Honestly, would be my guess, considering the fact that he died like that is what it is now. So I don't know, man. Maybe not. But one thing I do know is that my cousin just called. So I don't know if he's gonna call again anytime soon or not. But we'll find out at some point here though. But yeah, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous entirely that Bianca Ellis is even in prison at all right now, when you literally have her killing this child. Like, the fact that the cops did not just shoot and kill her on the spot is exactly what is wrong with this country currently. Yeah, so Ellis is accused of fatally stabbing 3-year-old Julian Wood in North Olmsted Giant Eagle parking lot a week ago today. So according to authorities, Ellis allegedly stole 2 knives from the Volunteers of America store and then walked next door to Giant Eagle, where she spotted 38-year-old Margot Wood pushing a cart with her son in it. So authorities say Ellis then followed her mother and son, Margot and Julian, into the parking lot and then stabbed the child while he was in the shopping cart. Okay, there we go. When the mother tried to pull the bolt, okay, so it wasn't actually like a double stab. It was basically she waited for Margot to probably turn her back to go do whatever the case being, started stabbing Julian, would be my guess, which again shows more of the demonic evil in the situation and the black supremacy on that one, because you sick, demonic fucking cunt literally waited for the adult in that situation who could have stopped your ass in this whole entire thing to do your fucking sick, disgusting acts on the small child, because you are truly fucking evil. And I really, really, really hope that somebody gives you the same fucking treatment inside this prison cell, you sick fucking cunt. Anyway, yeah, it said when Margot tried to pull the boy out of the cart during the attack, Ellison stabbed at her as well. Okay, so that makes more sense then. So, yeah, so mother and son were taken to a nearby hospital, but unfortunately the son succumbed to his injuries. Mother expected to recover from hers. Stabbing is believed, again, it is not a random attack, people. It is obvious. You obviously see in the fucking CCTV footage that this woman is obviously doing sick, disgusting things and literally fucking following this family out of the damn place.
So it was a random attack.
It is not a fucking random attack, you pieces of shit. Actually, I'm going to show the footage here now. Let me jump forward a little bit there. Are they actually going to show the footage from inside the fucking place or not? You would think they would, but not yet. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so she makes her way into the place, literally at the entire time holding a knife in her hand, which apparently nobody is any, like, how the fuck are you going to seriously be this situationally unaware, people, to where you have this woman literally fucking jostling around a knife in her hand, all fucking like brazenly and shit. And of course, this is Margot and Julian right here is what it is. Yeah, spots them, sees obviously you have the fucking intended target right there, which is a little boy. And then, yeah, zips around, fucking turns around, follows them out the damn door. Like, seriously, people. That is fucking premeditated murder wherever I come from. How is that not a charge in this situation? Seriously. You have felonious assault, you have attempted murder, you have aggravated murder. You obviously now being a death penalty case. You have endangering of children, you have tampering with evidence, you have misdemeanor theft. But yet, you leave out instead of aggravated murder, it should be premeditated murder. Because she obviously was premeditated on finding a white child that day to murder in this entire situation. And the fact that you are sitting there and allowing this sick, disgusting behavior to continue on shows exactly how fucked up our country is currently. And exactly why we are heading to tribalistic warfare before the end of 2024. Yeah, there you got that sick, disgusting cunt just smiling and fucking smirking along. Yeah, she took everything from us, father of a 3-year-old murdered in North Olmsted says. So keep monster behind bars. Suspect in John stabbing goes to court. Video shows suspect following mother, boy in grocery store before attack. Yeah, it's just fucking disgusting is what it is, dude. Just absolutely fucking disgusting. Yeah, let's see. Justice for Julian. Bizarre courtroom behavior from Bianca Ellis. Charged in a senseless murder of young Julian Wood. Judge had to remove her for refusing to answer questions, and when she returned, things got even stranger. Fucking ridiculous is what that is, dude. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Go ahead and pull the link up right now. Yeah, okay. I guess it's not going to talk about that part of it or whatever the case be. Okay, so now here you go. Now we go. We got 1 count of aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, 1 count of endangering children, 1 count of tampering with evidence, and 1 count of misdemeanor theft. Yeah, see, like, how are you this guy right here that's, like, holding the father, who I'm guessing might be the grandfather? Like, why are you not literally, like, running over past these cops right here and beating this fucking cunt skull in right now, dude? Seriously. Like, that, like, y'all could do all that shit, bro. Like, how hard would it really, seriously, man, how hard would it have been, honestly? Because I'm guessing this woman right here is probably an attorney for the, well, no, she wouldn't be an attorney for a family. She'd be the, maybe prosecutor in North Olmsted area / Cuyahoga County, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, maybe one of, Mike Schmidt's, EDAs or whatever there, potentially. Or maybe she's like a victim impact person or something like that. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, like, how hard would it be to basically tell her to, like, you know, sort of like back off, whatever the case be, and then simply just pay off this ginger copper here, you know, to sort of like zip out of the way too, being just, and you know, big boy over here ain't gonna do nothing because he's fucking, you know, his fat ass takes a minute to get his fucking hands up and shit the right way is what it'd be then. So yeah, like, you could have easily had blonde woman and ginger jump out of the fucking, or like little, like, step aside essentially, and then fucking, you know, ginger beater daddy over here just goes ham on this fucking cunt for about 10-15 seconds, honestly, before the cops yank him off. Like, that would have been justifiable right there, dude. No charges against the father. Done and done, man. Simple as that, really. So apparently Julian's funeral was held this past Saturday. So Ellis is scheduled to return to court on June 17th, which is a week from now. So it'll be next Monday. Yeah, truly, truly demonically evil man. I just don't understand it anymore. I'll tell you what, man. Shit is getting out of hand. Really out of fucking hand, man. And then, of course, you got, like I was saying about the festival thing to begin with, and the different little events we got going on there for people to have a good time. This is from a week or so ago. But I heard in the news earlier, you had another one of these pop up. I believe it was this past weekend. It was like Saturday or Sunday, one of the two. And you had it with 6 or 7 juveniles in that one that were fucking fighting each other and like pulling, and you had at least one of them pull a gun on somebody. And the fucked up part of that one is the main police chief / sheriff in that area, like the guy who is the main fucking dude of everybody else, was at the event with his family and actually saw the whole thing go down, but yet meanwhile is too much of a bunch of chicken shit ass white pussy to actually call out the fucking black teens that were behind this shit. Because it would actually lead to a pattern of young criminals, both in the state of Ohio and across this country, who are the fucking problem. And especially when you start looking into their backgrounds entirely, I guarantee that the majority of them come from fatherless homes. And until we address the real root cause of the fucking issue in this country, which is fatherless homes leading to no consequences children who think they can do anything the fuck they want and have no consequences for their fucked up, disgusting actions, which is exactly how you then lead to pieces of shit like Bianca Ellis literally murdering a white child in cold blood. Anyway, says 10 juveniles arrested in Mayfield Heights Police after fights break out at St. Clair Festival in Lyndhurst. Says Mansfield Police Chief voices frustration about the juvenile court system, public safety at church festivals, etc. So here's my problem with that, right? You're talking about it's the juvenile court system, essentially, that they're letting these kids back on the streets, right? Okay, then how the fuck hard is it to try a 13, a 14, a 15, a 16, a 17-year-old, or even, in some cases, a 9, 10, 11, or 12-year-old motherfucking kid with adult charges? Like, seriously. It's just like fucking Tara McLeod, that sick fucking bitch that killed Officer Shane Bartak a couple of years ago now. This fucking cunt was only out of jail / prison in the state of Ohio because they kept charging her fucking 17-year-old ass as a juvenile instead of charging her as a fucking adult in multiple cases when she was literally robbing pizza places with guns with her fucking criminal buddies. So she was a juvenile in possession of a firearm, which was number one, a felony on its own there, and rightfully so. And then on top of that, you then had her doing armed robbery of a place. So another felony. And then a couple other felonies on top of that for everything else she did before that, before she killed Shane Bartak. You could have stopped that girl by simply putting her into adult prison systems. Same thing here. Anyway, it says Mayfield Heights police chief is voicing frustration with the juvenile court system and annual church festivals after 200 juveniles went into the St. Clair Church Festival in Lyndhurst on June 1st, where multiple fights broke out. And again, how many of those 200 juveniles were black, Hispanic, etc.? Because again, that would show the actual problem in this country, whether it be illegal kids, teens being brought over by their fucking parents that are also illegals, or whether it be a situation where, again, it is fucking young black teens in this country who are from fatherless homes, who legitimately have no father figure, have no parental fucking overtones to push back at whatever the fuck they want to do is what it is there. And that's the thing, right? Like, you have actions, you have consequences. You have people, parents in most cases, who will sit there and when the kid starts getting out of hand, be like, nah, like that, we ain't putting up with that shit now, kid. I remember seeing quite a bit of that actually with my old neighbor down the road there with the sons, and actually I think it was his daughter once too, for that matter. And yeah, he would discipline those kids quite a bit. Actually, he would be the strong, fatherly fist, basically, where it's like, no, you're going to go into timeout now, child, et cetera, et cetera. And that's the problem with these kids now in these minority neighborhoods and stuff like that with no fathers in the household. They will sit there, do something very bad, whether it be start a fire or fucking go and beat some kid up or whatever the case be, knowing that, there's not going to be a dad in the household to beat their fucking ass with a belt or a fucking whip or whatever the hell it is at that point, a fucking switch, whatever it is, man. And because of that, they now think there is no consequences for their actions, so they will continue to do further criminal acts of criminal behavior until eventually they are caught by either the police or killed by armed citizens, which in many cases is what should happen in these situations. Just like how there should have been an armed citizen in the Giant Eagle parking lot in Olmsted, Ohio last week who simply just shot Bianca Ellis in the fucking face after she killed Jillian Wood. Anyway, continuing on with the rest of this article, though. Said, 200 juveniles went into St. Clair Church Festival. Multiple fights broke out, spilling over into Mayfield Heights, and several businesses there to close early. It's an email News Channel 5. Mayfield Heights Police Chief Anthony Mealy called on the juvenile court systems to send a message for this type of behavior, and unruly juveniles won't be tolerated, but he is doubtful anything will actually be done at that level. Again, this is why you have to charge them as adults, motherfucker. Says, unfortunately, that really happens in Cuyahoga County, and these kids know it, and that's the problem right there, dude. Okay, how about this, buddy, then? If you know you're a fucking shit-ass, fucking bullshit-ass, fucking paid off by Bloomberg and Soros DA, Mike Schmidt there in Cuyahoga County ain't going to do his fucking job at a juvenile system, then I don't fucking know, dude. Maybe move that shit to a different fucking county that is adjacent to a county prosecutor who will actually do their fucking job then. And meanwhile, at the same time, arrest piece of shit DA Mike Schmidt, who is the Cuyahoga County DA currently, and simply put him away in prison and have a better person get elected into office after the fact. Anyway, it says, according to the chief, Mayfield Heights Police received numerous calls about juveniles fighting in the area after attending the church festival in Lyndhurst. Said in total, 10 teenagers, who I'm guessing were all some kind of minorities, since I'm just saying teenagers, not like, 10 black. Because I remember back in the day, even like 15 years ago, give or take, when you looked at a story like this, it would literally say 10 black teenagers, 10 white teenagers, or it would be like, 10 teenagers of black and white backgrounds, or whatever the case be. So who the fuck knows? But that's what I'm saying, though, like they refuse even to say that shit now because, again, it would show who's actually committing all these fucking crimes is what it is, man. It's all the sons. Anyway, I said, Lyndhurst police confirmed that they have not arrested any more at this time besides the 10 additional teens. Said Lyndhurst Police Chief Patrick Rode told the local affiliate that they received a call from an individual at the fair who said they spotted a teenager allegedly armed with a gun. Said Rhodes said officers spoke with 3 teens after 2 of them ran, including one that is believed to be armed. Shortly after, police recovered a gun off church property. Yeah, this is the first one they were talking about on the news there. And you know what I noticed on that one? Not only is this a Glock with a 33-round stick in it, you know what's on the very back of it? That shiny-ass little piece of metal right there? There's obviously a fucking switch, people. Which is a felony in and of itself, motherfuckers. So what the hell, people? I mean, goddamn, seriously. The fuck? Go ahead and pull this up just to confirm that there's a switch. All right, let's see here. See if we can get a better view of this here. Yeah, that sure as shit looks like a switch to me, man. Yeah, you realize how dangerous that could have been, dude. That could have been an Akron block party all over again, but at a fucking fair, man. A fair, it wouldn't be a fair, it'd be a festival kind of, you know, like a Ren Fair, whatever the case be there is. It wouldn't even be really a Ren Fair, it'd probably just be a regular festival. And they call it that because it has fucking games and shit at it, and then it's got some rides and stuff. And then a bunch of food vendors that are in their food trucks. So, but yeah, that could have been deadly as hell right there, man. That could have been, you know, 20-something people going to the hospital because some dumbass fucking fires off basically a Glock 18 without even knowing it, then. I gotta get this phone call real quick. All right, sorry about that. That was my cousin calling me up, try to get let me know he was originally going to come over today, but then he's like, "Yeah, I got to go do some stuff for work now, so he's not going to come till tomorrow." What it is, so that works for me anyway because my joints are kind of hurting quite a bit today, actually, because again the old trim file is not working the way it needs to. So yeah, there's a problem. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. Not taking out the information all anymore, man. It seems like so. May have to have the dermatologist change my meds at some point here in the next month or two. Whenever I go see her now. So anyway, but yeah. So apparently that kid in that Lyndhurst story had a Glock switch on this Glock. So yeah, that could have easily turned into a massacre there, man. Who the fuck knows? Because these kids are fucking idiots and goddamn people, man. Just stop allowing these little punk asses to get a hold of fucking guns, man. Seriously. Like again, it's not a gun issue. It is a fucking criminal issue, stealing guns, and that's the problem, people. But yeah, going back to that Julian Wood story, there we got funeral procession honors 3-year-old North Olmsted boy murdered in Giant Eagle parking lot. Funeral honors 3-year-old North Olmsted boy murdered in Giant Eagle. Funeral procession lined with community members dressed in green and dinosaur related items. Honors 3-year-old North Olmsted boy murdered in Giant Eagle parking lot because, of course, apparently Julian loved his dinosaurs.
Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News digital desk. After bringing you the family and friends.
Okay, that's going to be a whole.
Everyone, I think a lot of people have a hard time processing this, particularly parents. We talk to grandparents that have young ones, and obviously parents that just they have a hard time understanding exactly what happened, and again, just how quickly things could change in a family's life, and
exactly
any family's life, and I think everybody appreciates that. So the street is open.
Well, okay. So here's the problem with that, buddy. Could it be any family's life, or could it have been any white family's life that day that this black supremacist wanted to do harm to you?
Up again, they obviously had a lane that was dedicated. Although we still see some of the
that's the problem right there, bud. Is you're not admitting the truth, which is that this is obviously a targeted assassination in this case, and has been for some time now. You know, it's not like this is the first time this has happened where it's a black person killing a white person in a premeditated murder. It happens all the fucking time, people. Like, seriously. But yet, meanwhile, of course, then you got the news over here talking about how 2 loaded guns found in carry-ons at Cleveland Hopkins Airport over the weekend. And we as American citizens should be allowed to have guns in our carry-ons. Hell, we should be allowed to carry a gun onto a fucking plane if we wanted to. So, then we got this one. Cleveland dad accused of killing 27-day-old baby wants to change guilty plea. Fucking piece of garbage, dude. Let's see. We got mass juveniles with toy guns cause Akron scare, police say. Yeah, they were trying to do criminal shit. They were trying to fucking enact another fake-ass mass shooting is what it is there, dude. And again, they better be charging these kids with inducing panic and shit like that, man, because that's exactly what they were trying to do in that situation there. We're going to read that story in a minute here. Then we got Akron police raised number of victims in daily mass shooting, aka hood violence is what it actually is. And then announced the gun violence response fund, which is exactly why Seamus Malik's bitch ass needs to be thrown out of the mayor's office at this point, because he is literally stealing public taxpayer funds to fund this stupid ass gun violence response fund bullshit, which you wouldn't even need in place, buddy, if you actually dealt with the problem at fucking hand, which is the black child / black teen problem that you have going on in your city that want to do harm to others, including the people of their same fucking race. This one was actually kind of cute. Freed fowls. Bainbridge police saved ducklings from drain. Yeah, the mom and her ducklings then waddling their way off to the bushes there to chill out for a while. You know, it'd be interesting to know how many ducklings actually survive to adulthood as a actual adult duck then. It's got to be some percentage, obviously, because, you know, it's not going to be like just like 1 or 2, like 1 here or 1 there. It's going to be like a couple every probably clutch, would be my guess. Because obviously you can start out with, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ducklings in the wild and end up with like 2 or 3 probably by the end of the time that's all said and done. I remember watching a video here recently where it was actually 2 videos. There was one that was a bass where this duck family had jumped into the water and you saw this big ass largemouth bass want himself some snacks and tried to go for mama duck, but she wouldn't have it because she was too big. But yeah, he went over there and popped this big old mouth open and popped like 2 or 3 ducks into it at once, man. And then came back around and got a couple more in. And then, of course, you had that one the other day where it was, I believe, a zoo in, I want to say Oregon, but I could be wrong about that one. But yeah, you had, I think it was some kind of brown bear, I believe. They had jumped in the water with a mama and her ducklings and chased the fucking ducks all the way around the water. And when he got a hold of one of the ducklings, and he did it multiple times, by the way, he, sure enough, put that duckling in his mouth and went crunch, and then ran to the next one and did the same fucking thing and ate about 4 or 5 of those ducklings. right in front of their mother. So, yeah, let's see. We got 1 million bonds set for suspect accused of murdering 74-year-old man in Cleveland Metro Parks. That guy looks like a fucking serial killer, honestly. That guy definitely looks like a serial killer in the making. Or is it that chick, actually? I'm not even sure. No, it is his guy, Victor Vedler, 22. Yeah, that dude looks like a wannabe Joker, honestly, man. Like, goddamn. Dude, if I ever saw me another version of, like, Ted Bundy or one of those guys, you know, one of them serial killers back in the day, if I ever saw, like, a reincarnation of one of them dudes, it'd be this fucking nut right here. So thank God they caught this guy when they did, man, because this guy could have easily become a serial killer. You know, as Corey always likes to tell us, he said Ohio is the birthplace of serial killers, which is an absolute lie because you literally had a guy who paved the fucking highway system in California with the remains of dead children, the bones, the teeth, etc., of dead kids. So, we got North Olmsted Car Show. Supports Julian Wood family with fundraiser. Good on them. Good on them. Yeah. Yeah, we got unseasonably cool today, but warmer days soon return. Nah, fuck that, dude. I want it like it was today, man. It's nice. I can have the fucking fan off right now in this entire situation. Yeah, like that feels good right now, man. And it's gonna be like this tomorrow too. It's gonna be like a nice, cool. What even degree is it right now in my area here? Looks like 58. Yeah, it's a nice, cool 58, man. Like, let's have it be 58 again tomorrow, honestly. Seriously. Yeah. Fucking cyber incident, my ass. Fucking cyber hat because Justin Bibb's a dipshit fucking mayor. Fucking clown ass bitch. I'm gonna drag that motherfucker all the way through the goddamn mud. Yeah, it's definitely one of them oil things, Daniel. Canton firefighter indicted on pandering sexual material involving a child. So basically a pedophile in Canton here. Fucking course he is. Fucking course he is. Yeah, Summit County, Ohio. Canton firefighter was arraigned multiple charges for pandering sexual material involving minors. So according to Summit County court documents, Mason Molina, 21, this piece of shit right here, faces 3 counts of pandering sexual-oriented matter involving a minor or impaired person. So would that be like mentally impaired person? Like Down syndrome or something like that, my guess? Said he was arraigned on these charges Tuesday, according to documents. Cleveland 19 reached out to Canton Fire Department and confirmed Molina was employed by the Canton Fire Department. In the video, Canton Fire Department's Facebook page shows Molina being sworn in May 18, 2021. So the indictment was originally filed April 26, according to the documents. On Tuesday, Molina's mom said that just $5,000 under the condition Molina does not use the internet while out on bond. Why would you even let this fucking pedophile back in the goddamn streets, dude? Seriously. Like, what in the fuck, people? Of course you're going to use the fucking internet again, you idiots. The hell? Fucking dumbass fucking people, man. I swear to God. Fucking ass people, man. Fucking ass people. Just want to look up festival fights and see what comes up here. Throw Ohio in there, see what comes up now. Oh, and this is what's even more fucking retarded, by the way. This more recent one here that happened over the weekend there. You had the dude have 10 cops at the fucking festival patrolling the grounds, and yet that still was not enough. Where you had 16s, at least one of which was armed, at the damn place, dude. Yeah, I'm guessing this is also the same one, St. Gabriel Parish. Yeah, so it's probably, and originally it was probably 4 that were arrested, now it's 6. So we'll go ahead and just read these stories to finish off today's episode then. But anyway, we'll start off with this one right here. Yeah, so held accountable. Lake County Sheriff doubles detail at Catholic Church Festival incident involving minors. Says Concord Township, Ohio. I believe this is the one I was talking about earlier today, where you literally had the cop out there doing his job, supposedly anyway. Let me go ahead and see what's in here. Yes, leading up to sunset at St. Gabriel Catholic Summer Church Fest on Saturday, there was no concern for safety or violence because as night fell, several fights broke out, leading to the arrest of 4 juveniles, one of which was carrying a gun illegally. So St. Gabriel Church leadership opted to close the festival early due to the incident. Said we had a lot of young juveniles that were just being kids, having some fights, got a little out of control. Festival co-chair Rory Lai says crowds got tighter, dancer fights continued. Sheriffs jumped in swiftly and executed beautifully to eliminate those. Said the incidents of violence are seemingly becoming a trend after a fight broke out at St. Clair Festival in Lyndhurst on June 1st. Said 10 teens were arrested on charges ranging from carrying a concealed weapon to resisting arrest to curfew violations. By the way, that one is the one I talked about a minute ago where you literally had a fucking Glock with a Glock switch on it and a 33-round stick in it. So, anyway, it says Father Fred Porsche is the pastor at St. Gabriel's Church who said each year the festival is a safe, family-friendly environment, which is why he is very disheartened by the violence, but proud of how his community responded. Well, obviously it's not a safe, friendly environment there, buddy, when you got people walking in who obviously are going to be carrying guns illegally and doing other fucking criminal shit. That's what it is, dude, which I hate to say it, man. You know, sometimes you gotta racially profile, motherfucker. Like, seriously. If you're not racially profiled at some point in time in history, dude, you're probably going to get murked the fuck out, you know? And it's not racist to do that shit, man. If people from that same fucking group of folks, man, are going to be doing some fucking crazy-ass shit, maybe give them a fucking side-eye once in a while. Make sure you're not going to be the fucking victim of a crime like Julian Wood and his family were, for God's sakes. Or like these people were here, man, what it is, you know? Anyway, so I went from, to be honest with you, being very angry to very sad to very, very proud of our people, of our team of leaders, said that pastor. Said there were no injuries to anyone at the festival outside the juveniles involved in the fights, and a deputy only sustained minor injuries while assisting in the incident. Said there were not members of the parish, they were not members of the parish, because they never fucking are, this entire point. And that's the problem right there, right? It's not that they're not members of the parish, it's that they're not members of any parish, because they are literally a bunch of demonic motherfuckers who want to sit there and do harm to people who are good people, who are God-fearing, God-believing Christians. And instead, these little motherfuckers want to give themselves over to Satan. And that's the problem. When you're giving yourself over to demonic evil and having no religious background in your heart outside of Satanism, that is the problem. Anyway, that being said, yeah, I can't do a good Southern accent, man. What the fuck do you guys really expect, man? I'm trying my best here, people. So, I just got the Ohio accent, man. So, I'm actually trying to do a good boomhauer right now, but I don't know if that's working out or not, though. Anyway, where the fuck are we at now? Yeah, so these little punk asses are not part of the parish. They were from an outside area community. Okay, so is that what we're calling the black ghetto now in this country? Is the outside area community? Like, really, guy? Like, really? You couldn't just said the hood or the ghetto? You know, seriously, man. For fuck's sakes, we know exactly what you mean there, but it's all code words. So, yeah, outside area community. Yeah, which means a different fucking neighborhood or the hood. Anyway. Yeah, so we don't know the area, but they were not local or our parishioners. To have something like this happen and taint it is very disappointing. However, instead of canceling the festival day today, so we rose above it, united, and are stronger than ever, which I'm guessing that's when they had more cops come out than that's what it was. Yes, to help ensure the safety of guests for the final day of the festival, Lake County Sheriff's Department says it doubled the number of deputies at the festival from 10 to 20, would be my guess then. Said there are so many good people in our community and in the parish that deserves to have this good time and to come out here and enjoy ourselves, said Sergeant John Kelly. Kelly said that there is a zero tolerance policy for violence at festivals, and as we move forward this summer, Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what department these people work again. Let's say there. Lake County Sheriff's Office. Okay. Yeah, so the Lake County Sheriff's Office plans to increase its presence to deter more acts of violence. Said he advises those planning to start trouble to think otherwise. Okay, so here's my problem right there with that, right? So first of all, we are going into festival/fair season in this state right now. You know, July, August, very beginning of September. That's all our fair time. Actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the county fairs here starts pretty soon, if I'm not mistaken. It might be next weekend or something, if that'd be the case. Or it might be the Ohio State Fair for that matter. But anyway, so the problem there is, right, you have gun-free zone signs on the outside of these places. It says no guns beyond this point kind of thing is what it is there. You know, it's a sign, by the way. Doesn't do shit to deter anything, man. You want to deter people, man, literally have fucking multiple cops standing there at the fucking grounds, at the entrances, and patting people down, man, forward weapons and stuff like that. If you really want guns to be kept out there. Because I'll tell you right now, dude, there is no chance in hell that I would ever go to any county fair in this state ever again, or even the Ohio State Fair for that matter, and not be fucking armed. Because if shit busts out, dude, like, I'm definitely going to be arming myself up then. So, anyway. Yeah, it's fucking retarded is what it is, man. Seriously. Just a bunch of retarded bullshit. All right, where are we at now? Okay, then we got this one from News Channel 3, which is our local affiliate here. It says, Lake County Church Festival shut down early after numerous altercations break out among youths. Again, they could have just put the race there, said black youths. End of story, man. So their summer festival is preliminary and fundamentally all about community, St. Gabriel Parish Pastor Fred Parr said. So we're not going to let anyone deter that. Said Lake County Church Festival was disrupted Saturday night, but what authorities called unruly behavior by teens and young adults. So I'm guessing on that situation, maybe it was like minors for the teenagers probably, and then the young adults would be like the legal age teen / maybe 20-year-old or whatever it was that was arrested most likely. It says leading to multiple arrests and prompting the parish to adjust its plan for Sunday. So according to the news released by Lake County Sheriff's Office, deputies made 4 arrests at the annual festival at St. Gabriel Parish in Concord Township after numerous altercations contributed to the increased volatile atmosphere. Said the sheriff's office said that the fights in large crowds overwhelmed deputies at the scene, because again, there's only 10 of them there, and multiple other police forces were called to provide mutual aid. This actually sounds like what happened a couple of years back now at the Stark County Fair, where you had about 50 black teens go up in there unaccompanied minors because they're piece of shit fucking single mothers. Gave them like $10 to get through the fucking gate and then told them to fuck off for the night is what it was there. And so, yeah, you basically had a bunch of unruly ass teenagers, at least a couple of which I know for a fact were armed because people were talking about this that weekend is what it was then, because they saw them fucking pulling guns on each other is what it was there. But yeah, you had like 50 to 75 teens, something like that, of multiple different little fucking hoods and multiple different criminal gangs there in that area in downtown Canton. Basically converging there and having multiple little fucking brawls break out into a giant brawl that almost took out a fucking Ferris wheel. With people that were still on at the time, by the way. So they could have easily killed like 10 people on the fucking thing, dude. If they had tipped that bitch over completely. Anyway, where's that now? Yeah, so the sheriff's office said that the fights, okay. Yeah, overwhelmed deputies and multiple other agencies were called in. So the authorities say the festival was closed down early on Saturday night to prevent the situation from escalating. So we are very saddened by what happened, but grateful for many ways in which we responded to this, certainly by the way of executing a plan that was in place with great cooperation from our law enforcement partners, said Pastor Fred Porsche. Sent a video pushed to social media to sheriff's deputies. Said the fracas continued in the surrounding neighborhoods and businesses as the festival was evacuated, said due to many of the agitators awaiting transportation away from the area. So basically people talking shit to other people that were leaving, probably, we might guess on that one. So deputies said the 4 youths arrested, one was in possession of a firearm. Though deputies in the parish said no shots were fired, several of the juveniles involved in the fight sustained minor injuries, as did one deputy. Said according to the authorities, none of the people arrested were members of the parish, nor were they residents of Concord Township or Lake County. So yeah, what you literally have, by the way, I'm going to go grab a map of Ohio, by the way, by counties here, because I'm going to show you exactly what's happening right now in this state right now, dude, currently. So let me go ahead and figure this out now. I can pull this one up correctly here. Okay, so here's a good represent here real quick. So yeah, here's a map of Ohio as a bunch of counties there. So you have Lake County, which is up here at the very tip. And then you have Coghlan County, which is right here, which is where Cleveland is located. And Cleveland, where it's located at in this map, is pretty much, from my understanding, like the top area and stuff there. Like above the Cuyahoga part of the fucking map there. So my assumption is you probably had a bunch of teens take a car and basically Kyle Rittenhouse themselves over to the fucking, adjacent county. Because I'm guessing where this festival was in Concord Township was probably like the tail end of the county line there that's between the counties as they make up this map is what it is. So yeah, my guess is it was probably like a 10, 15, 20-minute drive from their houses, maybe an hour at most. And they just simply drove from one county to another in a vehicle to go cause trouble because they knew it was going to be some probably most likely white people festival. There's what it is. And it's them trying to do what these idiots are trying to do in fucking Chipotle and stuff like that, which is getting themselves a fucking free meal and shit like that, or just fucking people's good times, what it is. Just trying to be a bunch of disreputable assholes is what it is, man. And by the way, for those interested, where I live is right here in Stark County. And then Summit County, where that pedo fire department guy was up here. This is actually where Amelia Sykes represents Congress from, is this dumbass fucking county right here. So, and of course you got Franklin County down here, which is where Columbus is at. We got Hamilton County over here in the corner of Ohio, which is where Cincinnati is located. You got Montgomery County right here, which is where I believe Dayton is at. And then I'm trying to think now. Obviously, Stark is where Canton's at. Akron, I think, is closer to Summit County, if I'm not mistaken. And then it would be one of these ones up here, like Fulton or Lucas, I think is where it's at. One of those ones like that is where Toledo is located at. So, but yeah, you got Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, and then it's like Dayton, Canton, Akron, and then Toledo over there is the 7 Democrat hell pockets in the state right now. They're the most corrupt areas of the state. They are the most violent areas of the state, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, just not a good thing, man. Just not a good thing at all. Anyway, going back to the original article there, though. Says Sheriff's Office noted that it had heightened security at the St. Gabriel Parish and other festivals. Similar situations have broken out in festivals in the area. Altercations at St. Gabriel's Festival occurred the same night that a person was arrested for allegedly firing several gunshots at the Macedonia Summerfest in Summit County. Said no injuries were reported in connection with that gunfire. Well, not that you know of. I mean, a kid, 100 yards away could have got hit in their fucking bed, honestly. Yeah, suspect apprehended after several gunshots at Summerfest. No injuries reported. Bunch of goddamn punk ass little bitches, dude. Yeah, Miss Donna. Police are investigating after gunshots were fired at the end of the city's Summerfest celebration Saturday night. According to the city officials, a suspect, when authorities did not identify, because we all know the fucking race of that person already. Again, probably looks very much like Amelia Sykes' ass, and Chantel Brown's ass is probably most likely on that one. So fired several shots and was quickly apprehended on the scene. Said there were no physical injuries observed or reported at the time in that area. Says police said that the scene was immediately secured. No other threats or incidents were detected. Incident remains under investigation. Says he's expected to provide further updates. 2-day Summerfest event was held in the parking lot of the recreational center. Yeah. So yeah, again, it's going to be, and again, given the time of day, given the time of night, actually, it's fucking sun kids, man. It's fucking sun teens. It's sun fucking men in general. So, just a bunch of scumbag ass little shitbags, dude. In general, is what it is there. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. And you had 1,200 people at that fucking Summerfest celebration there. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Seriously. Huh. This is actually kind of cool. Let's check this one out right here. This dude's making a sand sculpture out of what looks making sand into basically looks like a toad sculpture. What a crown on his head. That's badass, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. That stuff always impresses the shit out of me too, man. Because you think about it, right? Like that is a hell of an art too, by the way. Like sand sculpting, because you think about it, right? Like you're putting a bunch of sand together into something that eventually, most likely from high tide or something like that, is going to be wiped out completely. So, yeah, to basically sit there and spend, 40, 50 hours, whatever it is there to do that shit, or even like 5 or 6 hours of your life to do that stuff, whatever the case be, just to have your masterpiece wiped out by the fucking water. I'll tell you what, man, I'd be pretty pissed off about that shit. So, I think there is a way, if I'm not mistaken, where you can basically you could essentially solidify something like that, if I'm not mistaken, but then it would actually turn into glass of some kind, I think is what it would be. I believe anyway. I could be wrong about that one. Because I was going to say, if you put fire to that, it should make it into some kind of weird glass. So, actually, I saw one really freaky here a couple of years ago now, and it was this dude in one of the Middle Eastern countries who was it was a bucket of sand he had, and he was swirling some kind of cup around it, like inside of it, and was basically creating some kind of weird friction, and it created what they called sand tea. And it's actually some kind of moisture in the sand that creates some kind of crazy tea brew. And it's damn, dude, that's fucking nuts. That was some crazy shit for sure. But anyway, let's see what's going on with X right now before we leave today. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and finish this off in good fashion today. You know what I'm saying? We will go back to the libs of TikTok, talking about that piece of shit Bianca Ellis, and seeing what the comment section says should be done to this fucking demonic cunt right here. So we got disgustingly evil. There is no need for this person to ever be in society again. Liz TikTok says, and beyond words, she's a monster. How can someone have this much hate and evil inside of them? Well, if they're demonically possessed, it makes a lot of sense, honestly, dude. Or if they're just a black supremacist, that's what it is. We got death penalty trending right now. Let's see what's going on with that one. Probably Ohio would be my guess. Yep. Evil bitch Bianca Zillis deserves a death penalty regardless of how or if she pretends to be. Yep, so this is why death penalty should exist. Got breaking, Klaus Schwab facing death penalty. Somebody else said prison is not good enough deterrent for demons like this. Neither is death penalty. It ought to be known for crimes like this. You will be tortured to death slowly until the smirk leaves your face and you're begging God for mercy, not kept alive on taxpayer dime. Exactly. I totally agree with what Hayden said there. Well, and this is exactly, by the way, why people 6, 7, 8 centuries ago, or even, 1 or 2 centuries ago for that matter, why you would have torture devices like the brazen bull being created, where you would literally put somebody inside of a giant sarcophagus, more or less, in the shape of a bull, and you would heat that motherfucker up to extremely hot temperatures, and their screams would simply sound like the bull, making bull sounds, like grunts and stuff, because it would be coming from the nose area. They actually did a great depiction of this in one of the Saw movies, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the Jigsaw traps, where it was a dude was like, his neck was like tied up or whatever the case be to like a chain or something. And it, when they activated the trap, it like popped the brazen bull around him is what it was there. And then it heated up to like such a hot ass temperature, it just like basically fried this motherfucker alive. Which is how it should be, honestly, dude. And again, like I remember back in the day, man, like back in Viking times, for God's sakes, man, you used to have motherfuckers be getting blood eagles and shit, where they would literally fucking cut you down the spinal cord, rip your fucking back open pretty much, and then proceed to, I believe it was, take your internal, like spinal lung area, stuff like that is what it was. Rip that shit the fuck out and basically make it look like an eagle's wings. So, and then of course there's always the boats, or I think it's like skepticism, I think it's what's called there, where what they would do is they would take these evil ass criminals, they would make them eat and drink a bunch of milk and honey, and then they would put them onto boats, 2 boats specifically, where it's like one for each leg essentially there. And then they would simply toss a bag of rats in there with them. And over time, because of that milk and honey mixture, you would start to shit yourself. And of course, your shit would smell very sweet, especially to those rats. And those rats would simply find their way to that sweet milk, honey, shit mixture and start going, chomp, chomp, motherfucker. And eventually, they would chomp their way up a motherfucker's asshole and kill them that way. But no, that would be considered cruel and unusual punishment now, wouldn't it, given our founding documents of this country? Or would it be, though? Because is it really cruel and unusual if it's, a method that would be used a bunch in one quick shot is what it is there, you know what I'm saying? So, let's see, then we got somebody else saying death penalty should be mandatory in all 50 states. Yes, it should be. And we got Sabrina Hernandez saying the fact that this illegal isn't facing death penalty after breaking into our country and raping our children shows just how broken our society is. Look at Europe and how horrific things will become as a result of mass migration. And as I said here, it said a Guatemalan illegal alien who entered the United States as a getaway has been arrested in Boston-based US deportation officers after he was charged with raping a child in Massachusetts and child in nude lascivious pose exhibit. This 24-year-old piece of shit was not executed on the spot. So, yeah, people were just saying death penalty for a bunch of stuff. Here's what it is. So, yeah, it sounds like it's a lot of Bianca Ellis. Yeah, let's see. We got this is look pure evil. We need to vote in November to get criminals back off the streets like this piece of shit right here. And then, as we said here at the network, she is a demon and black supremacist, needs express death penalty, no appeals ever, and first firing squad execution in the state of Ohio. And this person said, pain on the father's face that lost his 3-year-old son versus joy of the demon who took his life. You need to take our country back. Yes, we do, man. That's exactly what I can't show that, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there and then zip past that. And then we will continue on with the comments after that now. So, anyway, somebody else says she deserves capital punishment. There is no benefit in paying for her to stick around in prison. So where are the riots and wall-to-wall media coverage? They don't exist when it's a white person being killed by a black supremacist, only when it's a black person being killed by a so-called white supremacist. Or really just any fucking white cop in this country, it seems like, killing a black person. So, as Rogue Politico said, why are black people and illegal aliens given a free pass when it comes to violent crime in America? What good is a nation if it doesn't prosecute its criminals? Well, see, and that's the problem. You're acting as if it's going to be a prosecution that needs to be done for some of these people, dude. Again, it needs to be on the spot executions. Like it literally the last fucking 7 days ago when this happened, which by the time Bianca's ass was caught was about 7 days and 2 hours ago, around 4 o'clock, I think is what it was or so, give or take there. And the thing is, man, those cops that arrested her when she had the knife still in her fucking hand, dude, they should have been like, drop the knife. Bang, 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 until the fucking mag is empty and you're dropping the fucking mag after mag up in her ass, dude. That's what should have happened in that situation entirely. But no, instead, they took her to the fucking ground, arrested her piece of shit ass, and put her in handcuffs. Which is honestly a great time where an angel should have taken over someone, like the cop that was arresting her, whatever the case being, slapping the cuffs on, and the angel themselves in a police-possessed body then, just grabbing out that fucking gun and being like, doom. And then the cop comes back, and then the angel like drops out of the cop's, essence, supernatural style, whatever the case be. And the cop's like, what just happened? And they're like, you just killed that woman. And he's like, I remember, what are you talking about? I don't remember doing that at all. Kind of thing. Or really just cop doesn't and says he's angel. Because that's what it is to kill demons. So that would have worked too. Anyway. But yeah, so his life in prison is letting her off easy. She's not getting life, she's getting death penalty, dude. Said some first words there said, the smirk should be about do it. She gets death next up. Exactly. And then that Gunther guy said, proof evil exists. Then we got one bad dad saying, evil prisoners detest demons like her. Or even prisoners detest demons like her, yeah. And again, this is exactly why she should not make it to trial next week. She should just be shanked to death in the fucking Calgary County Jail in the next 7 days, man. Like, anybody just needs to do everybody a favor and fucking take her ass out. Because I guarantee you, even if you weren't getting paid to do it, man, if you just had to fucking shank and just shank this bitch in the showers like 18 fucking times or something like that, man, I guarantee you there would be people not only from here in Ohio, but all over America throwing money on that person's commissary, dude, after that. Or even if they were getting back out of prison after the fact, whatever the case be, they'd be giving them a job and shit. Have it all lined up for an apartment, everything, too, for that matter. For taking true trash out of this fucking country is what it is, man. So, anyway, as Cash Lauren said, Bianca Ellis said there's not a deep enough or dark enough hole on earth for her piece of shit ass. This woman said she looks very proud of that she murdered a 3-year-old white boy and don't even pretend that wasn't what this was about. Exactly. 100% fucking was. In fact, we're going to go ahead and repost that shit. Then we got desire to chip intensifies. Somebody posted there for a meme. People were just saying put her ass through a fucking wood chipper. I don't disagree with that, honestly, at this point, dude. Vroom, vroom, motherfuckers. You also got a rope there as well that somebody put up there. And then they said, we're going to need a bigger wood chipper. And then we got a one-way ticket to the wood chipper, is what somebody else said there. That's just fucked up. Somebody put a thing here where it was some dude going back to 1619 with a musket and talking and like pulling the gun on this dude and saying, "Move, turn that fucking slave ship back around, dude. You know what you're gonna bring here?" And they're like, they pull out their own gun. They're like, "I know exactly what I'm gonna do." So yeah, just fucked up shit, man. A lot of people are saying death penalty, death penalty, death penalty. Yeah, and then we got, what is this one here? Yeah, it was Bianca Ellis has the smirk of DEI Barbie privilege, shielded by, quote, restorative justice during school years, black on white, random act of violence, white on black, hate crime, RIP Julia Wood stabbed in a grocery store. And we're actually definitely going to reshare that shit, man. Because that is the truth, right? Black on white hate crime is considered a random act of violence, but God forbid it would have been an 18 or 20-year-old fucking white kid shaking her ass to death. Then, oh my God, it's a fucking hate crime now. Fucking bullshit is what it is, dude. Yes, Nikki person said if she is guilty party, the monster should never walk. Among law-abiding citizens again, she should spend the rest of her life in the cage. What do you mean if she's the guilty party? There is literally video evidence of her stabbing this kid to death, lady. Are you fucking retarded? Are you fucking retarded? Anyway, you got some other people sharing different various memes of death penalty methods here, including the chair. Yeah, she should fry like fucking bacon, honestly, dude. For real. Yeah, this guy has it right. Why you should always be carrying. See, the problem with that is, right, like, unless you're situationally aware, it would not have mattered because, as we said there, dude, literally, you have her following the family out, like right behind them, then going and waiting behind a display there inside the Giant Eagle for Margot and Julian to pass her so that she could then, like, flip back around and stalk them again. So, yeah, unless Margot had been situationally aware and the little sling purse she had on that day had a fucking gun, and she was able to pull the gun and be like, bang, and just shoot this bitch before her kid got stabbed. Like, there was no way. Because, again, you had Margot unaware what was going on, just mind her own fucking business, there's what it is. You know, pushing her cart out to the fucking car with Julian inside the cart, there's what it is. Literally goes to turn, must like with her keys in her hand to open the fucking car trunk, and bang, you got Bianca fucking stabbing her fucking son to death. Like, there was no, like, the only way for it to even be stopped, or whatever the case be, would have been her to see the shit, put an arm out, or whatever the case be, with one hand, and have like a bottle of mace or something in the other hand, like pepper spray, or whatever the case be, just be like, and maybe that could have deterred her enough to where only the mother got stabbed then, and the kid maybe not been stabbed then. But again, that would have required situational awareness that was obviously not there. And again, this is the problem with people, dude. Most people in this country, any given time, any given day, any given week of the month, they are so situationally unaware. They are basically, I don't know what the actual codes are when it comes to like danger and shit like that, but they're like the oblivious white, or like maybe yellow at most. Like, they're not orange, or not red alert kind of shit, or nothing like that. It's all, you know, like the real low grade stuff where they have no idea what the fuck's even going on half the time. So, yeah, it definitely, this is the problem. People are not there like they need to be, man. They are not where they need to be mentally, psychologically, etc., etc. And then, of course, you got this one here, which is people saying, course, it's shank or be shanked. Yeah, exactly. And as Red Dragon said, we should bring back public executions. I could not agree more, dude. You know, that's the thing, right? Back in our founding fathers' time in this country, and even up to the 1800s cowboy times, you know, you would have public hangings on a regular basis, man. That shit did not become extinct in this country, honestly, really, until the maybe even 20s or 30s, like Jim Crow era. So, yeah, like that, and I think that's the problem right now. You need to have people in a fucking town. Really, what you should have, truthfully, across this country, is there should be, since we have technology to do this kind of stuff now, you should literally have, it's like a town squares or whatever, and you just have like a fucking gallows sitting in the town square, like rope up on the one part of it, or whatever the case being, like a drop floor underneath it and stuff like that. Have the CCTV cameras live stream 24/7. There is what it is, and then every so often you just have the live stream. Somebody just walks up in there, you know, neck goes into the fucking noose, and it's just done. You know, and that would be a fucking solution to the problem right now. So, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous what it is, dude. And then, of course, you got this fucking video coming out of that piece of shit Bianca Ellis in a wheelchair there. Where it says, media already going for systematic failure narrative. It's really our fault. Bianca stabbed Julian Wood. If Democrats had more tax fund money, he'd be alive today. Fucking disgusting, dude. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Bunch of sick goddamn people. Actually, this is pretty much true as well. That same person here said Bianca Ellis reminded them of this black supremacist piece of shit, Kamali James at Columbia University was calling for genocide and stuff like that. Says definitely smug, even when accused of hearings, because DEI, restorative justice, has shielded them from consequences their whole lives. Well, it's not even just DEI shit, dude, honestly. It's the fucking, again, it's not even like restorative justice shit. It's more or less just no justice at all. It's for a crime that they should be getting, you know, adult time for, or, you know, decades in prison for. It's a fucking slap on the wrist. Oh, here's 2 years now on a fucking plea deal or some shit like that. Like, this is what I've said before, dude. Like, honestly, what we really need as a law on the books right now in this country across the board is a 1 to 5 strike law rule. You get 5 total strikes in your life, you know, for various crimes and stuff like that. Obviously, I say 1 to 5 is what it is there, because there could be stuff so severe that it is that 1 strike and you're just gone. You're fucking dead on the spot, basically, is what it is there. Which would be, you know, child rape, murder of kids, like this fucking bitch here is what it is, etc. It's like, no, you're done. Fucking ding ding, bitch. You're in the fucking grave now. And we're gonna fucking throw your ass in the incinerator and have your fucking ashes be used as fuel to power a fucking neighborhood or something like that is what it would be then. Because that's the only good use you can make in this fucking world, honestly. That would be one way to kill her ass, honestly, dude. Throw her fucking still alive inside of a fucking burning incinerator or some kind then. And have her entire body be used as a kindling for, you know, powering a neighborhood or something like that, or powering like a turbine or something like that to power a neighborhood or something. So, anyway. that would be true justice right there, honestly, in my opinion, anyway. So, but yeah, for real though. Yeah, it's not really restorative justice though. What it is a slap on the wrist kind of justice. And again, going back to 1 to 5 strike law thing, you would have like 1 strikes like that, and it would be like, you know, then potentially you have stuff that would be like a smaller crime that would be like your 1st strike, and then of course if it's like, you know, a massive crime, that'd be your 2nd strike and done. And then of course you have the 3 strike stuff where it's like it wouldn't be like multiple felonies that would get you like 3 strikes, life imprisonment stuff, whatever the case be. It'd be like certain kinds of things that would lead to like eventually that 1st, 2nd, 3rd, etc. And then it could be like a 5 strike thing where it's like, you know, your 1st strike was like 13, 14, you stole some stuff, whatever the case be, so that's a strike against you. And then eventually it would be like the whole like 5 strikes and you're out kind of thing then. Because in that kind of situation, then it would be it'd be obviously a career criminal and you don't need to be back on the streets kind of thing. In that case, it would be life imprisonment, most likely, as it'll be, or at least like, maybe 25 to life, let you chill out for like 20 years or so at least anyway. Have a little downtime there as it'll be. And if that be the case, and again, this goes back to the problem again with our society entirely, is that when we're letting these prisoners back out of prison, we're not actually giving them any kind of life skills or any kind of like actual skill set that they could get back into society and reintegrate and actually be able to be a good productive member of society again. What we're doing actually is we're making better criminals of these people that are in prison right now is what the problem is right there. Because you're having these other criminals that are, life imprisonment or whatever it is there, that are giving these ones that are going to be out in 3 to 5 years an ability to get a better skill set by teaching them different criminal things and how to get away with better crime is what it is there, whatever the case be. And the problem there is what we should be doing is we should be offering these people some kind of a class or something, or some kind of a skilled trade type of fucking teaching and stuff like that inside the prison with a program designed as they're getting out of prison to put them into a job market there in that kind of skill set. And that way you would actually have less recidivism in this country, and you would have more people actually coming out and staying out and being able to return to society as good members of society again is what it is. So, yeah, that's the entire point right now. That was what it is, man. So anyway, then you had somebody else in the comment section there say, I wish we had more vigilantes out there to take care of people like this. Well, see, and that's the thing. You got to be, and it's not even vigilanteism, dude. It's being your own first responder, people. It's being your own first responder, being able to deal with the fucking situation is what it is there, man. And whether that be, shooting first, thinking there's a threat, like that's the thing, right? I would rather be judged by 6 than carried by 9, judged by 12 than carried by 6. Because the fact of the matter is, I would rather have a jury of so-called my peers judging me in a stand your ground self-defense situation where I obviously shot thinking I was going to get killed. And it turned out, the person actually was armed and I actually get off with a stand your ground defense, then is what it is. Then God forbid, I end up getting stabbed to death or whatever the case be, or shot myself or whatever it is there, when I could have easily taken out the fucking trash to begin with, is what it is, man. So, anyway. But yeah, this guy asked a great question here. It said, why were the guillotine and hanging abolished? They seem like appropriate measures in some cases. Yes, they do, in a lot of cases, actually. And this Brock guy said, kind of makes one support bringing back medieval execution practices in the public square. Exactly. And then there's the GoFundMe for Julian's family. Let's go ahead and see what's up to now. It was 271 when we checked the last time. Right now. Sorry, it would have been it was like 230 something thousand. Now it's 247, 691. It's quite a bit of money. Again, it can never bring that poor little boy back though. But at least it can cover these people's expenses for the years to come then, dude. Because of course you're gonna have, GoFundMe take a chunk of this. I think it's like 5% or 10%, something like that is what it'll be then. So that's like, anywhere from like a few thousand to like, 30, 40,000 bucks there is what it'll be. Most likely. But even after that, you still got about 200K that these people are gonna get right now is what it is. And of course, they probably have to give someone taxation and stuff like that, which is absolute bullshit too. So you're talking about maybe 2/3 of that then. So you're talking about 150 grand, more or less. But yeah, they could probably still, or actually now it'd be, about probably 30, 40%, something like that, be my guess, on taxation. So I'm trying to think with it now. 150, about 70 maybe. So you're still talking about 125, 130,000, something like that they'd get though. So yeah, it would be worth it, man, because you could still live on that for some time, and God forbid some of the parents couldn't work, whatever the case be, you could obviously live on that little nest egg, invested properly in certain things, whatever the case be too. You could actually live on that forever, pretty much, if you need to, or damn close to it anyway. So yeah, just absolutely fucking disgusting is what it is, dude. Yep. I'm going to read the update somebody put on here, though. So apparently they called Julian Juju, like Juju Bees. You know, it says, on behalf of Margot, Jared, Juju's grandmother, Narsa, his siblings, and the rest of our family, we are profoundly grateful for the overwhelming generosity and support, donations, kind words, and heartfelt messages that provided us with much needed comfort and relief as we navigate through our grief. Funds raised will help us cover funeral expenses, legal fees, and support for the family, allowing us to focus on healing and remembering Juju. Your kindness has not only affected some of our financial burdens, but has also brought us a sense of peace knowing that we are surrounded by such a caring community. Each contribution, no matter the size, has made a significant impact on our lives. We are asking at this time you continue to support the privacy of the family as we continue to grieve. So if you would like to show your support, we are asking to participate in what we are calling a memory line. Said 2 of Juju's favorite things were the color green and dinosaurs. Said please line the street route. And it was talking about when the memorial was going to be there today for the kid's funeral. And apparently a lot of people did, I guess. So, you know, good on them, man. Wearing green and dinosaur colors and stuff like that. So, very, very sad. Yeah, you had this Shane woman a day ago saying, Dear Lord, arms are empty for the Wood family today, longing for their child. I'm sure many emotions are swirling around their hearts and minds. Lord, I ask that you hold them in the process of grieving and replace their pain with joy again. Teach them how to cherish their moments without feeling overwhelmed with grief. I need you to redeem this loss and show yourself mighty to heal. I believe you are the way, truth, and life. In Jesus' name, amen. Praise God promises to never leave you or forsake you, said Hebrew 13:5. That's what you were saying there for that Bible quote. It says, God says he will exchange ashes and mourning for beauty and joy, Isaiah 1:3. So, yeah. Hopefully that's the case, honestly. But who knows, man. Yeah, sometimes it trying to figure out what this dude's picture was even meaning to represent. It says TND. I don't know what that would stand for, honestly. Oh. Yeah, now I probably know what the N stands for. Never mind. Not even going to mention what it actually would be then. So. Yeah, and then of course you got the 2 fucking different shots there. A piece of shit Bianca Ellis. Her mugshot from a while back, and now this fucking dumbass smirk nowadays. She reminds me of a lot of other very shithead criminals in this country, like that one fucking dickhead who was tailing the mother of the kid that he killed, how he killed her son. And the judge, instead of like basically reprimanding his ass or whatever the case be, was like basically throwing the mother out of the courtroom that day and trying to charge her with shit, which is absolute BS entirely. I think really it's honestly because somebody mentioned it, and I'm sure that's probably what it is honestly. Is that the judge knew he was going to get a good trial with this dude and be able to take him down forever is what it is then, and didn't want to have that whole thing basically turning into a mistrial of some kind. So, I mean, it sounds like it could be fucked up where he, did that mother dirty like that's what it is. Like he might have been in the long run doing her good because he would have been taking down her son's killer and giving that motherfucker potentially a death penalty in this country then. And of course, you got black privilege, the ability to break every law in the country and still remain the victim. Yeah, such a fucking piece of shit woman, dude. I'll tell you what. Yeah, somebody else just put a smirk of that fucking cunt Ellis. God, what an evil, demonic fucking cunt, dude. Seriously. I'm assuming this guy's being sarcastic. He better be anyway. That'd obviously be funny money. Oh, somebody's calling Tariq Nasheed's fucking black supremacist ass too. Say, quite surprised not to see you commenting on this case, considering how your entire career is talking about race in America. Of course, Tariq Nasheed's not going to talk about Bianca Ellis, dude, because it would prove yet again that his dumbass, retarded fucking logic to the 50% fucking, crimes in the country, 30% of the fucking population thing, would yet again be fucking true in this case. As would the whole black on white hate crime thing. Fucking ridiculous is what it is, dude. Yeah, somebody else said bring back public execution in town stadium via angry lions picked out by the victims' families. That could actually work. I don't know, man. Like, would it really need to be lions? Could it not just be like, I don't know, hungry dogs or something, Other than it would have to be meaner dogs too on that one, so. Yeah, hard to say on that, man. But I actually like this one that somebody put up here. It's a picture of a really jacked up Jesus beating the fuck out of Lucifer the devil with a cross. So I would love to know who to do that artwork, dude, because that's some badass fucking artwork right there. But no, it's exactly what it is, dude. It's literally good fighting evil. It's literally American people, American patriots, human beings, etc. God's warriors in this fight, fighting demons, legitimately. Yeah, the only thing, because somebody here said, why would anybody do this? Hope karma gets her. Well, she would do it because she's a black supremacist piece of shit and wanted to kill a white baby is what it is. And the only way that karma gets her ass is, again, if somebody fucking shanks her ass in the goddamn showers in the prison cell. There's what it is. And, of course, you got somebody depicting the old drawing and quartering thing, which was 4 horses to each limb, or 4 horses, 1 to each limb, and then send them flying off, basically, and they'll just tear your ass to 4 or 5 pieces then. That one, I think, would actually be a good thing in this one as well. So, But, yeah, it's just a sad situation all the way around, man. And just truly, truly fucking evil. Just truly evil and demonic. Anyway. Yeah, this was actually I think we'll leave off with this one right here. This was Julian's dad, Jared, at the county courthouse today, making his impact statement there. Said, poor dad had to watch as his 3-year-old son's killer smiled, laughed, and smirked when read her charges. Don't know how he's even keeping his composure. He should be afforded 10 minutes in a room alone with her and some tools of his choosing. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? Like, knowing him, unfortunately, and knowing how, cucked a lot of white men are in this country anymore, I don't think Jared could do it, man. I think he would sit there for 8.5 minutes and maybe at like the last 20 seconds, maybe take a swing or two on her ass or something. And, the 10 minutes would be up then and he'd not get the justice he needs to this dude. Now, granted, if that be the case, and I heard him basically like talking or whatever, like trying to like, reason with her ass or whatever, for like the first like 8-9 minutes or whatever the case be. And then I walked and I opened like the, CO or whatever the case be, or whoever it is, dude, the person with the keys to the jail doors, what it be then, opens up the door in the last like, 5-10 seconds and sees him like basically pummeling her ass at that point. Am I really going to stop the dude, or am I going to simply go, okay, close the door, lock it up again for another 10 minutes or so? No, that's what I'm gonna do, dude. I'm gonna lock it up for another 10 minutes or so, and let what's happening fucking continue to happen, and let that fucking piece of shit get the justice they really deserve is what it is. And then simply open the door back up and be like, "You good, bro?" To Daddy Jared, and he'd be like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, come on, let's get you cleaned up, buddy." And then take him out and get some fucking soap and water on his hands to get all the blood stains off of him. Is what it'll be then. So, anyway.
Good morning, sir. Could you start with your name?
I'm wondering if maybe this is an older son.
My name is Jared Wood, father of deceased.
Or maybe brother.
Your Honor, that day, 1 week ago, she took everything from us. There's nothing that could ever replace my son, or anything that my wife and I, and our other kids, are going through. It's horrendous. I really wish no bail, period, or extend it to the max limit possible that you can, at the very least. Just do whatever you can to keep this monster behind bars.
Thank you, sir. Is there anything else you would like to say?
That'll be it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Again, whoever this blonde woman is, and then that ginger cop that was right behind her, dude, they could have easily taken like 2 or 3 steps this way and just let that dude have at her right there in the fucking courtroom, dog. And we would have been so much better off as a country right now. And then those bigger, fatter cops and stuff that were around there, just let it happen, bro. Just let it happen for a couple minutes, man. Like maybe not a couple minutes, but at least, you know, let him get a couple good swings in on her ass to like bludgeon her pretty good is what it is, you know. Like fuck her up enough to where she's not gonna be able to like be knowing where the fuck she at for a while, you know what I'm saying? And maybe she dies of her injuries. You know, at least give him 5 seconds times 3. So 15 seconds, you know, because his son being 3 years old and her taking 5 seconds to stab this kid. At least give the man 15 seconds to put some justice in on her ass then. Or any other member of that family that wanted to at that point. Like that's the one thing I will give the father of Nilo Lattimore. You know, that black dude who jumped the other black dude who killed his son, threw his 3-year-old son off a bridge after murdering the kid's mother. At least that dude did what needed to be done in that courtroom. He fucking wailed on that son of a bitch. I don't know whatever happened to him on that situation, if they actually charged him with anything or not. They shouldn't have. If they did, it's fucking bullshit. He should be getting his rights restored immediately is what it is there. Like doing what he needed to do vigilante style for his fucking son, getting one back for his kid, man, that was killed. But yeah, that's exactly what needs to happen to all these fucking kid killers, man. You just fuck them up so much so to where they don't know where they're at, and you keep fucking them up after the fact. That's what it is then. And it's as simple as that, really. But anyway, I got some stuff I got to do, so I think I'm going to call it a day then. And, we'll simply end this off in my regular voice. So, anyway. No, I can't do it like Corey does, man. And we are finishing up now, Daniel. So, anyway, that's pretty much it for today, though. I'll be back either tomorrow or Wednesday, most likely with another Grandstand, and then probably Thursday with Buckshot Thursday. Again, if I go out this Friday, I'll do a reseller Friday. If not, it's not going to be on or not. But, of course, I'll do a Freedom Friday then. Friday afternoon it will be, though. My joints are starting to not hurt right now, which is good because it means that something I took about 3 hours ago has finally kicked in fully then. So, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I think you do actually because it's technically legal at the state level right now. So, but yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how long it takes those halves to kick in, man. So, anyway, but yeah, my joints are still aching like I feel like the ache of the bone basically at this point, but like the joint itself on the outer parts is not hurting anymore, which is good. So, and I'm guessing that'll last for another maybe hour or two. So, But anyway, at least I'll be able to get a little bit of relief now, and maybe I can take a nap for a little bit of time or something then. About maybe 40 minutes or so. So anyway, other than that though, I will be back, like I said, coming days of this week, and then we'll go from there. But Matt's got his chat later tonight, NEA, so check that out about an hour, a couple hours from now. It'll be like just over 2 hours from now. And then I think Honda is going to be doing a Taco Tuesday thing tomorrow. I'm not sure though, because again, he's got his own family shit. I'm not going to say what it is on camera. I know what it is, obviously, for this is all a stream the other day. Like I did. You know what's going on there, and it's not cool, man. It's all family related stuff, and I'll leave it at that. Basically, everybody else has got their own family shit going on too. You know, I've talked to a few of the guys here in the last few days, and yeah, it seems like everybody's got their own family issues going on right now. I'm still in the process of trying to move here. The problem is my joints hurting even right now. Like, I can't really do anything right now. Like, I'd love to sit here and take off a bunch of stuff and just start throwing it in boxes and shit like that, but I can't really even do that, dude, because my fucking joints are hurting so much right now. So, yeah, it just sucks, bro. But anyway, so honestly, my thinking in the process right now is going to be just basically chill for a little bit here, and then hopefully maybe tomorrow my joints will feel a little better naturally, and I'll be able to finally, you know, work on some things and whatever it is there then. So, but yeah, other than that though, like I said, we need to get true justice for Julian Wood, and that only comes with the execution. And I'm not talking about the execution 20 years from now. I'm talking about the execution like 2 months from now of Bianca Ellis's ass, dude. Quick ass jury trial, no appeals whatsoever. Put this bitch to a fucking firing squad or the hypoxia stuff or anything at this point, and put her ass back to hell where she fucking belongs, because she's a fucking demon and a black supremacist. Fuck her. May she burn in hell forever is what it is, dude. Other than that, stay safe, stay vigilant, because you never know when pieces of shit like this could come after you and your family. And make sure that you are always protecting your children out there, man. Because sick people want to do them harm, and if they can, they will. And it's your job as a parent to protect that child. Always be situationally aware. Always know what's around your surroundings, especially when you're out in public, because you never know when some nutter wants to take your life or the life of your kid. Peace out, y'all. Later.